So I had a baby almost 3 years ago, and ever since I had him, my skin has just been very inflamed, acne prone, reactive. It was kind of like peak pandemic, and so I was trying to kind of like self-diagnose. I had spent literally thousands of dollars on products, and I really struggled, and I really wanted somebody who was going to be kind of like a long-term advocate for me and my skin and my health. Dr. Barron was recommended to me, and she has been incredible. She's recommended both treatments and products that have completely changed my skin. I feel so much more confident, like this is a long-term solution. I'm saving money because I'm actually buying products that work specifically for kind of what I'm looking for. And it's just been completely game-changing for me. Oh my gosh, I mean, it was so challenging. So first of all, my skin was so unhappy because I was constantly changing what I was putting on it. And I feel like I did so much more harm than good. Not to mention like the financial aspect of trying so many different products and constantly not having anything work or give me results that I was actually looking for. I'm at that age where like I was simultaneously getting wrinkles and acne. And I was like, how do I treat all of this? I need somebody to actually guide me. And once I found Dr. Barron, it all changed for the better. Yeah, I was trying to do research on my own on the internet, and I would read blogs, I would try to understand what other dermatologists would write in different articles, but the problem was that I had a really unique problem to my specific skin. And just because I'm struggling with something, just reading something on the internet doesn't automatically mean that it's going to be a good fit or give me the results that I need. And I felt like I was often going to really extreme products or really harsh products that actually were probably making kind of my condition worse. And I really needed somebody who actually was able to look at my skin, understand what was going on, and give me a really clear answer on what I needed to do. Once I found Dr. Barron, she recommended some laser treatments, which were painless. I immediately saw results. And I started a pretty specific regimen. I used to use anywhere from like 10 to 15 products a night. She has me down to a handful. So I'm using a lot less, and they're much more impactful. And my skin has been better than it has been in years. I've been using the products for about a month and a half. I know, it's incredible. I just feel like I finally found something that is sustainable from just like a health perspective. I know kind of what I'm putting onto my skin because it's been recommended by an actual doctor. Ultimately I'm finding something that like actually really works for me and my skin and is gonna be a good long-term fit for me. I like finally feel like myself after years of struggling. If I could give myself advice, it would have been like become a patient sooner, because really she wants the best for her patients. I talked to her about like other options, and she actually said, I actually think that we should start with a pretty conservative approach and see how your skin does. I never want to go to an extreme. I want to start at kind of like a baseline that everybody feels comfortable with and make sure we find something that actually works. And I've always felt like she's kind of been my advocate in the best way, instead of just trying to push products or different treatments that actually weren't going to be a good fit for me. It was frustrating to, not feel like myself. I'd never dealt with, skin issues prior. And I just felt like in the back of my head, I was always, when I was having a conversation with somebody, I always kind of thought about like, oh my gosh, are they looking at my complexion? How can I improve this? How can I find the next quick fix? And I was always kind of on to the next thing, and nothing worked. And it was just frustrating. I felt just not like myself, not confident, and I really feel like it impacted probably the way I showed up in the world. And now I do feel like myself again. I feel like the best version of me. And everything that she's recommended makes me still feel like me. She's never recommended anything that would change my appearance, my skin. I want to still look like myself. I just kind of want that nice glow, and I want to kind of age gracefully. And she's been able to help me do all of that, and she's always listened to my goals and what I want, and I feel completely like she's, my advocate. Well, it was really important for me to find somebody that I could trust. I have friends that go, to different skin clinics, and they're not seeing an actual dermatologist, and for me it was really important to find somebody who was a medical doctor that was going to be able to kind of help me through this. It's my face. I want to take it seriously. I want to make sure somebody knows what they're doing. And I felt really taken care of from the very first appointment. She is friendly, she's welcoming, non-judgmental, very kind, and very thorough, and really just made me feel from day one like she had my back and she was in this with me, and she was there to guide me instead of push products or treatments or things that maybe weren't going to be a good fit. And it's been incredible. And I feel like, I'll be a patient for life, which is a great feeling. I'm a mom of 2 young kids. what I put on my skin is really important to me. I want to be around for a long time. I want to know what goes into the product, but I also want them to work. And so for me in the past, finding clean, great ingredients that were actually going to make an impact was a huge issue, and I finally found that perfect fit with her products. It was funny, my mom actually came over to my house and said, oh my gosh, can you do a sample on me of what you do on your own skin, and texted me 2 hours later and said, the next time you go to see Dr. Barron, can you get me some of her products? My skin has never glowed this way before. I trust Dr. Barron, and I trust the process and the due diligence that she's done. I asked her my first visit if it was time for Botox. She looked at my face and she was like, I actually don't think you need it, and here's why. I think that was a testament to her really, really wanting to do the best thing for me and my skin, and never just selling me a product or a treatment just for the sake of doing it. I only use a handful. Again, I was using, close to half a dozen products in the morning and then at night. Prior, when I was trying to kind of self-diagnose what was going on with my skin, and I was just using way too much, spending way too much money on things that weren't making a difference. So I use the green tea cleanser to start, and it's incredible. It is so thorough. It gets all of kind of the dirt, the grime, the makeup off from the day, and I feel really just refreshed and clean after I use it. It smells great. I love it. It's really light. And from there, in the morning, I use the vitamin C serum. That is completely a game changer. I feel like it's completely changed my complexion. I have a glow. My skin looks absolutely incredible after I use it. And then I use her moisturizer, Moisture Dew, and then a sunscreen. And it just locks everything in, and I'm ready to start my day. Then at night, I also use the green tea cleanser. I use her retinol or her glycolic exfoliating pads, so I kind of alternate those. And then again, just the moisturizer, and I put on some eye cream, and I'm able to go off to bed with, just a couple steps, but they're steps that are actually working on my skin. I know what's in it, I trust the products, and I'm spending a lot less money than I ever was in the past, and I'm actually seeing the results that I want to see long term.